Seattle 206723 here with a whiskey review. And this particular whiskey review is going to be on the Four Roses single barrel. Bring this up for you. Single barrel Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It's a 50% AV, which is 100% proof. Corn, rye, and malted barley. This particular one was made out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, the distillery plant there, which is the main one for the Four Roses brand. Four Roses, a little bit of history on Four Roses for those who don't know. Four Roses has been around a while. It's been passed along to a few. It originally was a great Kentucky bourbon whiskey, and then it was passed along to the suits, who drank the money and started issuing swill, rot gut, poison to people, and then the name brand fell off. Well, there's been a revival of the Four Roses Kentucky single barrel whiskey by the new particular owners from Japan. There's a Japanese company that now owns it, and Brent Elliott is the master distiller there, and he's done a great job of from what I've read and what I've heard, of turning this around. I'll start by saying I've spent a little time with this particular single barrel, as you can see, because it was full when I got it, unopened or anything, and it's a damn good bourbon. So as you can see, I've already got a pour here that's already been done. I added a splash of water to it. It's at 50%. You can cut it down however you like it. I just add a splash because I like to get my notes all up front with that little kick. That's the right spot for me. So, little story on how because some of my viewers may be watching and wonder, how did I come to a bourbon? Well, you do your research, you learn about the particular spirit that you're interested in, and then you find yourself in a store, sitting there looking at it, and you're thinking to yourself, is this for me? Is this something that will work? Is this something that I'll drink? Is this something I'll like? I don't want to waste the money. I don't want to, throw the money out the window, so to speak. And you're looking at the cost of it, and it's under $40. And you're thinking to yourself, when you're spending sometimes $200 for a bottle, will this work? Well, I am here to tell you that price is not the particular always. Price point is not the mark of a great spirit. That much I will say, and I've learned this firsthand. Now, as I was saying, I'm standing there, I'm looking at this, and is it for me? Will it work? And then as this begins to focus on in, at this point I wanted to, I looked at it again and I said, 50% AV, ALC, alcohol per volume, 100% proof, 750 ml, warehouse ME barrel 34-6J. That says me. I'm wondering, is it for me? I guess this is for me. So I picked it up and picked up another one. And it is for me because, like I said, this is a hell of a bourbon. So, without further ado, we're going to snoozing the smell, the notes. We're going to the tasting notes, and I'll go into the finish for you. Oh yeah. Fruity, spicy, floral. You get a little bit of caramel. There's my hint of mint that I just love. Have a note of mint, cocoa. That opened up the sinuses. Okay. A little bit of syrup. Pear. Floral, flower, clove. There's that mint and that cocoa. Beautiful. Okay, on the palate. Smooth on arrival. It opens up into a little bit of spice. Pear, plum, mint, cocoa, honey, cherries definitely mellows out smoothly with that little bit of kick for that buzz feeling. On the finish, you've got a long-lasting cocoa, pear, little bit of spice. I'll let you know it's there as it finishes off wonderfully. This is a damn good bourbon. There's that mint. Oh, notes of cocoa, caramel, slightly there, but it's there. One more time to make sure we got this right for everyone. Oh, it's got legs too. I'm going to give her a little twirl around. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get, there it is. There's those legs, that oily like legs that you see dripping down. Let's see if I can move this a little bit and this helps it. See, when I go through that with the legs, you can see that blurriness right above the S. That's the legs, the oils that they start to drip down there. There it is. So it's got some age on it, definitely. One more tasting note. Oh yeah, there's that vanilla. Cherries. Plum. Mellow. Cocoa. That kick up with your buzz. Slight fruity. Almost coming out. Caramel. Creamy finish with that hint, that mint note with that cocoa. Stupendous. This is an absolute wonderful spirit. If you can find this anywhere where you're at, it's worth, I would say it's definitely worth the $50. I've seen reviews by and I want to send a shout out real quick to people like Whiskey in the Six, Whiskey Blooded, Silver Stacker, not Slacker, CCT, Cyber Curtain, people who've done reviews as well on particular whiskeys, or we chatted about the whiskeys and stuff like that, who's helped me come along and helped me develop my tasting and challenge, and done reviews on challenging whiskeys to try to unlock some of the secrets that are held deep within the compounds of the spirit itself, to bring forth a wonderful experience where this particular bourbon is made 60% of corn, 35% rye, 5% malted. You get your 50% AV, which is 100% proof, which gives you your buzz along with your plums, your cherries, your cocoa, your mint, your caramel, your syrup, and you get it all at once put up in front of you, and it goes through this wonderful development, all smooth, and It allows you to see and taste and smell each note as it goes. This is a bourbon that I would say is a measuring stick. This bourbon right here is a measuring stick. I brought some other bourbons. We're going to do some reviews on those, but this particular bourbon is a measuring stick. I recommend it to anyone, and I recommend it to be tried and then try other bourbons with it after cleansing your palate and seeing what they develop into as opposed to this one. This bourbon is better, in my opinion, than a few, at least 4 of the bottles that I spent over $70 for. And it's half the price. Price does not always mean a better experience for my particular profile, my tasting profile anyways. Definitely not. I've got 4 that I'd like to give away in the Scotch department, but I'm not going to say the names of them. You know, if I get a chat from Whiskey in the Six or Whiskey Blooded or Novak, the guy from Chicago, you know, who does the reviews as well, you know, maybe we can work something out. But anyways, this is Seattle Tour 6723. This video's gone on long enough. This is the Four Roses single barrel bourbon, Kentucky bourbon. I definitely recommend it to you. And thanks again to Brent Elliott, the master distiller, for making this fine, wonderful experience over there at the ME warehouse. And I'm out.